What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. The topic for today's video, as you can see by the title, is me talking about how I got into cars. This is one of the most common questions that I get all the time. A lot of people want to know how I got into working on cars. Did I go to school? Did I study mechanics? And this and that. So I'm going to be answering a few questions regarding that in this video. So let's go ahead and get started with this video so you all can find out the answer. Story time here and dig into my past. I really want to start getting more personal on the channel and bring you guys into my life as far as I guess how I got to where I am today. Even though I'm still trying to grow and I don't feel like I am where I should be just yet. And don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful for everything that I have and everything that I've accomplished so far, but I'm still pushing myself because I know that I can be way better at everything that I do. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you want me to record like everyday vlogs, even if there's something simple, even if they're short videos? I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I've never really done that kind of style. A lot of my videos are really just me whenever I have a project, and I want to just start recording just to record and bring you guys along my everyday life, not just record because I want to do an unboxing video or recording because I'm planning to put something on the car. I want to get more personal into the channel and bring you guys along the way as I grow. I'm really hoping to hit 100,000 subscribers this year. That is my goal. We are in June now and I'm like at 76 or something like that. So I think I can do it. And I know definitely when the car is done and I get some passes on the track, it'll definitely bring a lot more people to the channel, as you guys will get to see that I'm actually racing and doing the things that I love and not just working on cars all the time. So to begin the main topic and answer the #1 question that this video is for, no, I did not go to school for automotive. I didn't study anything like that. I kind of just learn as I go, and I'm still learning to this day. I'll be 100% transparent with you guys. I don't know everything about cars. There's still things that I learn as I go, and I still Google things and I look up forums when I'm doing stuff just so I can kind of learn myself. So I'm gonna take you guys from the very beginning. My father was a huge car fanatic. He used to drag race all the time. He started off with an RX-7 and then he got an RX-3, big rotary head. Most people who are from Puerto Rico are into rotaries. That's literally like the #1 thing over there, which I still love to this day. And I'll be honest with you guys, when I first got into cars, never would I have thought I would be into Hondas. When I first saw Hondas racing at the track, I was like, what in the world is this? It was so weird to see big tires on a front wheel drive car, and it was just crazy. Like, I'm so used to seeing rear wheel drive cars, like I thought it was absolutely insane to see fat tires in the front. And it's so ironic that now I'm getting into that world and I have a love and passion for Hondas. Never in a million years would I have thought I'd be drag racing Hondas. I always picture myself going after my father's footsteps and going into the rotary world, because that's where my roots really are. And I really would love to have a rotary car in the future and learn about them, and who knows, maybe one day I'll work together with my dad and I will make that happen. My dad actually stopped drag racing because he did a few tours in Iraq, and he actually moved to Savannah, Georgia, and there was a track there at one point. He ended up buying a house that was really close to the track, but as soon as he moved into that house, he was deployed, and by the time he came back, they actually closed the track down due to them building houses around it, and obviously with city ordinance and stuff like that, the track didn't last. So unfortunately, you know, he kind of bought that house and did all that for no reason, and it pretty much just washed away his drag racing career. My father has been through a lot and has done several tours in Afghanistan and Iraq, and from the moment he bought that house, he was pretty much just gone all the time, and it kind of just changed his world a lot. So my dad actually no longer drag races, but he did introduce me to the sport many years ago from when I was young. I'll add some clips in here from me when I was little if you guys have not seen them yet. So it's kind of ironic because now he's like an American muscle guy, and he kind of switched his platform and he actually owns like an older Corvette. I'll post a picture of that right here as well so you guys can take a look at it. And that's kind of like his weekend cruiser, but the whole racing stuff is like behind him. But I do want to thank him for getting me into the sport and being a heavy influence when it comes to cars. So growing up, I did go to the racetrack a lot until he started getting deployed, and then I kind of went into my old world. In high school, I was never really into cars up until my senior year when I got my first car, which was actually a 97 Honda Civic. I completely transformed that car. It was my favorite car at the time, and as I learned more about it, I learned about the SI model, and I wanted one so bad. So we ended up painting that car in an electron blue, and I did as much as I could to try to get it to look like an SI, but the car was actually automatic, which sucked. I wish my first car was manual, but it wasn't. So that's why I ended up selling that car. I got rid of it and I bought the S2000. Really proud of myself. That was the first car that I bought on my own. The 97 Civic was given to me from my mother when I graduated high school. I started from there, started building the car to how I wanted it to look. Started getting ideas on Instagram and going to car shows. You get to see the cars and how different people build them. And as I saw more and more S2000s, I knew I wanted it to look like a road course / time attack car. And I eventually planned to take it to Road Atlanta, because at the time I was living in Georgia. I really wanted to get some seat time in the car and really just learn. So I started building that car, bought my dream wheels, which were the Volk TE37s that I had in mag blue. I bought the carbon splitter, the canards, the wing. I did the little roll cage. The car looked amazing, and honestly, I would still have that car to this day if it wasn't for it catching on fire. For those who have not seen the video, I will post it in the description below. You can check it out where I talk about the whole situation and what happened. I don't want to go into too many details in this video, but yeah, the S2000 was my dream car, and I enjoyed it to the max. Unfortunately, I never had the opportunity to track it out like I wanted to. During that time I was building it, I was graduating from college. I went to Georgia Southern University. That's where I obtained my bachelor's degree in logistics and marketing. For those who did not know, yes, I did go to Georgia Southern, which is in a little town called Statesboro, Georgia. I graduated back in 2017. Many of you guys may not know, but I used to waitress in a Mexican restaurant all 4 years of college. I hustled my ass off. I literally worked all weekend long to try to build that car. I would work double shifts, and it was crazy. I didn't get enough time to enjoy the car because Monday through Friday I was in classes, and then at nighttime I would literally work at the Mexican restaurant. That Mexican restaurant was called El Sombrero. For those who are from Statesboro, you probably will know about it. It was the best, and probably still is to this day. I haven't been back since I graduated, but it was the best Mexican restaurant there, and I would make so much money because it was just a spot to go to. Everybody would go to El Som for drinks and stuff like that. And I really appreciate the time that I worked there because it showed me a lot of work ethic, but it did suck. I worked a lot. I took out the student loans and did what I had to do to get that degree. And I wish I would have known what I know now. Growing up, I was just always influenced that you need a degree to be successful. You need this, you gotta go to school. And it's not true. Never got a job in my field. It was so hard to find a job. I mean, people expect you to have experience and all of this. And being a fresh college student, it was really hard to find something. And during that time, I transitioned. I graduated back in December of 2017, and then I moved to Florida literally 2 weeks after graduating. And then me and Kevin found a house within about 2 weeks of me living here. And since waitressing was all I known, I actually waitressed when I first moved here until I could get on my feet, and then I moved to HOA Management, or homeowners association you really would call it. It's a big thing here in Florida. I absolutely had no idea what it was until I moved here. Back in my little town in Statesboro and Savannah and all that, there's not really many HOAs there, so I wasn't too knowledgeable on it, but it was a job that I did for 2 years, and I was an administrative assistant there. And recently, honestly, I quit. I quit back before the whole COVID thing happened because everything was going great. My YouTube channel was doing good. I was traveling almost every single weekend, and I could no longer do both. It was super hard for me to work Monday through Friday, fly out on Friday to do these events, come back on Sunday, and then work that Monday. It was literally killing me, but I did it for a year. And now I was to the point in my career where I was gonna be traveling almost every single weekend because I was booked for so many events. So I was really ready to be on my own and just take the opportunity. I'll be honest, guys, I was so afraid that I was gonna fail. I'm used to just working that 8 to 5 because that's how I was raised. I was raised, you go to school, you get a job, you work 8 to 5, and that's it. And don't let anyone tell you that that's what it is. I just want you guys to know that if you don't take the chance, and if I would have done this years ago, God knows where I would be. I started YouTube when I first met Kevin, and I never took it seriously because I never really saw any money from it until I started posting more frequently and gaining more subscribers. And even then, I never took it serious. But I quit my job and I took the chance, and it's actually not so bad. And yes, you do have to work harder. You will have to put in more work and more hours than you would at a typical 8 to 5. But it's amazing to work for yourself, and the possibilities are literally endless. I don't know what you guys may think of me, but just know it took me a lot to get where I am today. I didn't have it easy growing up. My parents got divorced very young. My mom raised me pretty much. I literally worked my butt off for everything that I had on that S2000. Everything that I bought on that car was made from my money from waitressing, and I did it. I did it, and I'm proud. And if I could go back and change anything, the only thing I probably would change is to listening to other people and being influenced by society. Society tells you that you have to go to school, you have to do this, you have to do that. Take the opportunity to take risks. It's so hard. I'm not a risk taker. I'll be honest, I'm not a risk taker at all. It took a lot for me to quit my job and work on my own. I'll be honest, guys, my biggest influence has been Kevin. Kevin never went to college. He has been a hustler from the age of like 14, 15. He started his channel and he just kept working and working. And now this is where he's at today. And he has been my biggest influence and has pushed me so hard to make me realize that I can do this on my own. And if I would have took his advice from when we first started dating, I'd probably be way more successful. My channel would be bigger. But sometimes it takes for a person to go through things and learn on their own to become what they are today. So I know I got off of subject a little bit, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper into details and bring you guys into my life and learn more about me as a person. A lot of you guys see the parts that I have, and some of you guys are very nice and are very happy for me. And I really just appreciate all you guys who are genuine and really are happy for me. And then you have those people who are haters and they're saying must be nice and this and that and all of this stuff. But nobody really knows my background, where I came from, and how hard I worked to have what I have. And even to this day, I have a lot of sponsorships and partnerships, but nothing in this world is free. Some sponsorships are trade-off where you will do video work and stuff like that, but a lot of them are just discounts. You just get a discount and that's it. Nothing is free. Even if it's a product trade for a video, that's essentially not free. I have to work, I have to do the video, I have to edit everything and make sure that everything is good to go. For those who are salty and for those who may think that it must be nice to be a girl, must be nice for this, must be nice for that, until you've stepped in my shoes, you never will really know what it took for me to get here. Whew. So let's get back. I'm sorry guys, I know I keep going off track. Basically, like I said, I was building that car while I was in college, and then I moved to Florida. And I want to say maybe 4 months of living here, I was actually driving the S2000 on the highway. That car was my daily driver. I had no other car. I sold the Honda Civic, I got the S2000, and I made it my daily car because that's all I could afford. I couldn't afford a second vehicle at the time. I would literally drive that car everywhere I went. And that car, with all the mods, it was kind of sketchy and scary to park it some places. People steal out here in Florida. People steal in Jersey. People steal everywhere. So it is kind of scary to put so much money into a car and then just park it when you go grocery shopping, or just park it when you have to do essential things. That was the only car that I had. I'll drive it all the time. And one day I was driving home. I was actually on 95 here in Florida going to my house, and the car caught on fire somehow. It was so scary, and I'm just grateful that the car did not burn down to pieces. It was just basically internal as far as like the motor and the firewall caught on fire, which is why the car was declared as a total loss. I tried to buy the car back, but the insurance that I had did not let me. They told me that this car will never be able to be registered again on the street in Florida. It wasn't even gonna get a salvage title or rebuilt title. It was gonna get a certificate of destruction. So I couldn't buy the car. They were literally going to send it off to an auction and I guess sell it for pieces. So luckily I was able to take all the parts and take all the money that I put into that car. I sold the hood, the wheels, the wing, everything. And I actually bought 2 cars out of the deal. I bought my 2006 Honda Civic EX that I have, and I bought the EM1, which I'm now turning into a drag car. I wanted another S2000 to be honest, but I needed a daily. I really did. And at the time, I got a great deal on the EM1. It already came K-Series. It was a nice car with tons of goodies for a great deal. And I bought the 8th gen as a daily driver to have. So out of the money the insurance gave me, it turned out pretty good. I got 2 cars out of it, and I drove the 8th gen around. And the EM1 was my fun car. It was the car where I first took to the track. It's the car that literally has shown me so much. My first track day is in that car, and now I'm so excited that I can actually turn it into a drag car. A lot of people are asking why the EM1, why ruin it? It was never my plan. I never planned to buy that car and make it a drag car. I bought that car, I took it to car shows, I street drove it, I took it to the track, and that was the moment I absolutely fell in love. And I'm like, man, I want to go faster and build this car. And that's what I'm doing now. The car came with so much amazing goodies. I wasn't gonna just sell the car just to sell it, because I don't want to ruin an EM1 and then start all over in another car to destroy, I guess, whatever you guys want to call it. Some of you guys say I'm destroying it, others are like really happy that I'm doing it. Regardless, it is what it is. And again, it wasn't never the plan to buy the car and make it a drag car. Obviously, if that was my plan, I would have bought either EG hatch or just something that's, I guess, not as sentimental, since these EM1s are becoming more valuable and harder to find, I guess. So that's pretty much my story on how I got where I'm at. So since the EM1 has been under construction, I'm like, I need another fun car. I want something more. The 8th gen was just a car for me to have as a daily. I was always planning to get rid of it. I just wanted a good, reliable car to drive every day, pretty much. So then I thought, I want a 4-door car because I'm a family person. I always hang out with my family, and I want something fast. The SIs are okay, but they're not really fast, and I didn't want another Honda. I wanted something to bring to the channel that was different, and that's why I got into the Evo platform. I've always been a huge fan of Evos. Growing up, that was the iconic car. Evos stock were really fast back in the day. That was the car that you looked up to the owner who had it. Like, holy crap, that's the Evo. That's like seeing someone now with like an R34. You're like, holy crap, you know, that's awesome. So I did my research, shopped around, and I found this beautiful Evo behind me in South Florida. And I'm very happy. I'm happy where I'm at. And yeah, it does suck that I owned it for, let's say, about 7 months until I ended up blowing the motor on it, pretty much. I didn't spin a bearing. I caught it just in time to save everything, pretty much. I started hearing a slight knock noise. Didn't know what it was. Checked the oil pan, and from that moment, I saw metal shavings, and I knew it wasn't good. And from there on, I just stopped driving the car, took it apart, and I realized that it was cylinder 3 that was starting to go bad. So it sucks because I bought this car to create content while the Civic was down, and also because I've always wanted one, and now I have the Evo that's down. But this just gives me more opportunity to learn about this platform. It is completely different than the Honda platform. I love that I'm learning this platform, and this just gives me an opportunity to bring more content to the channel. So as you guys can see in the background, I have my lift, but it is not operating yet. The electrical stuff is getting done at the moment. It should be completed tomorrow, which I'm excited about. And I'm gonna get to working on the Evo. And the Civic should be coming home this month as well from the fabricator. So I know I went off subject a lot, but pretty much to wrap up this whole thing. So I got into cars essentially from my father, and then I started building my first car when I got it back to my senior year in high school. And then from there on, I just kept going, and I kept learning as I go. I literally bought the S2000 and knew nothing, knew not how to change anything on it. Like, the Civic that I first had was amazing car to me, gave me 0 mechanical issues, so I never really had to work on that car at all I was doing was modifying it to look the way I wanted it to look. It wasn't until I got the S2000 and started upgrading the suspension and doing this and doing that, so I actually started getting hands-on and learning. And Kevin has helped me tremendously, from videos to YouTube to sponsorships to all this stuff. I have to give credit to Kevin. He's definitely helped me out a lot and has pushed me so hard to basically be where I'm at, and still pushes me to this day, which I'm really grateful for. Right now, my income is mainly YouTube and my website, pretty much. I don't have a Patreon, I don't have an OnlyFans, I don't have any of that stuff, so I don't really make any money, only on YouTube and my website. So I really appreciate you guys who watch the videos, because that helps me, and those who actually take the time to purchase merchandise. It's not easy when you do merchandise. You do have to invest into yourself, and it takes money to make money, pretty much. So I try to make some new stuff as much as I can. When things pick up, I will go back to doing events. I make my money when I get booked for events, which I enjoy. I enjoy traveling and meeting people. This gives me the opportunity to meet a lot of my followers and subscribers, which I really enjoy. I really want to thank you guys for watching my videos, and thank you to those who support my website. Whether you purchase a sticker, or air freshener, a poster, or a shirt, whatever it is, definitely helps me out. I'm hoping to continue to grow the channel and continue to grow my website and my merchandise. I definitely want to eventually open up my second project, which will be my second website, and it's called Speed Driven. That's going to be a brand for all automotive enthusiasts. So that way, you know, if there's people who don't want to buy a poster or things with just me on it. I don't want everything to just be about myself. I want to create something that all car enthusiasts can relate to and shop from. And that's my goal with Speed Driven, and I'm working really hard on announcing a launch date And I want to do some little cool boxes that will have shirts, stickers, keychains, lanyards, all of that. Once that opens up, you guys can support me through that as well. And I'm still pushing myself every day to do better, be better, and just grow as a person, grow my channel, grow everything. It doesn't happen overnight. You can't give up. For those who have a channel, who have a website, who have stuff that may not be doing the best, don't give up on your dream. Don't give up on it, guys. I'm not trying to sound like a motivational speaker or whatever you want to call it, but I just want you guys to realize that nothing happens overnight. A lot of these big YouTubers, Adam LZ, TJ Hunt, all these people, it didn't happen overnight. These guys have been doing this for many, many years to get to where they're at. Some of them started their channel back when they were just a kid in high school, and it grew to something really amazing and really big, which I look up to them, and it's really, really cool to see that. I got a late start, but I'm working hard, I'm trying, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope the fans weren't too bad. This is my first time recording in here with some of the fans on. Hoping this audio isn't too loud in the background. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you to those who lasted this long. If you lasted to the end of this video, I appreciate you. I know I did a lot of talking. Comment below. Let me know, for those who actually watched this entire video, and what you thought about it. I hope it wasn't super boring. I hope you guys enjoyed learning this new side of me. Thank you for being subscribed. I'll catch you guys in the next video.